Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Every time I see something like this in your paper, I wonder what's the motive? What is this dad trying to accomplish by going through all these emotions? I know he says he's haunted by his son's death, the way his son departed the earth. But but what does he expect? And I'm being serious. What do you expect? Okay, do you know Everton Rudolph Gittens? I'm just asking the question. Do you know Everton Rudolph Gittens? Do you? Do you know what happened to Blues Knight, the guy there in some part of St. Michael, in the downtown area of St. Michael? Do you recognize that name, and do you remember what happened on that fateful Sunday with Everton Rudolph Gittens and the Knight family? The father ended up unalive and the son ended up with some wounds. Do you remember that? Now, I don't know if you know, but Everton Gittens is back on the police force. He's doing well. He has a security company that government, the government has employed or engaged Everton Gittens security firm to work for them. He's doing great. Everton Gittens, he's doing fabulous in Barbados. No shortage of girlfriends, no shortage of money, no shortage of recognition. He's doing great. Great. Sometimes, depending on where you come into the earth, some people, you don't know where you're going to end up, but you happen to come into the earth and you landed in Barbados. Sometimes you need to figure out, okay, this is Barbados. When you align this particular case with George Floyd out of America, I'm insulted. I'm insulted. How dare you? How dare you compare what happened to this person in Barbados to George Floyd, and that matter has been resolved. George Floyd's daughter is rich as we speak, millions of dollars appointed to her, assigned to her. How dare you align one thing that has happened in the US that the whole world reacted to this matter in Barbados? How is there any comparison? How is there any comparison? It does not make sense. It does not make sense. Okay? They're waiting 2 years for a toxicology report out of Trinidad. You know how Trinidad is, right? A stone throw away from Barbados. It's not that far. It's not that far. A toxicology reports, you get it back. It comes back. It comes back. You know how someone died, okay? Don't you have coroners there? Or the medical examiners, not the coroner, but the medical examiner. These things don't take that much time. Whether or not a cop is assigned fault for his death, for your son's death, it is of no moment. It is of no moment, because you saw how well appointed Everton Gittens is right now. They would do something to show, okay, we have to make sure that the public thinks that the public has to think that we are fair and we are balanced, and we have to make them think there's a justice system. Okay, just play along, and you have to go up to Hotel St. Philip for a while, but we didn't forget about you. You pretend you can like do what Everton Gittens did. Start to like wipe all that brown stuff all over his face. With the brown stuff that he was wiping all over his face, right? You remember when he was putting that brown makeup on his face? You know what that brown makeup is and was, right? They put on a performance for you. You're entertained by it. But Everton Gittens right now is being hired by your government, taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money. Your money. Your money, Mr. Cave. Your money. So he is being paid as a officer, your money. He's being paid by the government. His security firm is being entertained by your government, your money. What do you think is going to happen to the cop that you say may be responsible for your son when your son had a moment? Your son had a moment. And in that moment, your son departed the earth. You're going to have, Mr. Cave, you're going to have to take charge of your emotions. I know it's tough. I know the haunting. I've been there, I know that there's some moments in life where it's an imprint. Something can happen and it leaves an imprint on you. It's hard to forget, but you're going to have to work with it. You're going to have to work to control and to manage your emotions. You're going to have to work with it, no matter how hard you may think it is. You're going to have to resolve that within yourself. Maybe therapy would work, but you're going to have to resolve within yourself that living in Barbados and getting justice is not going to happen. You're going to have to resolve within yourself that even if they name an officer and say, well, he's responsible. Let's say they do that. He's not going to suffer for too long. It's not going to happen. They may just do it to save face and to show you, hey, we are a land of justice, law and order and justice. It's not going to affect the DNA, the blueprint of what you are. It's not gonna change that. It's not gonna change that. It's still gonna be the same. Still gonna be the same old Barbados. Still going to be the same old policing. Going to be the same old treatment. It just so happens that it was unfortunate. What happened to your son was unfortunate, but you're gonna have to move on. You're gonna have to move on, okay? Because no matter what you do, you're gonna come back to me and this video. No matter what you do, you're gonna come back to me, Sherry Veronica, and this video, and you're gonna say, shh, she was right. She was right. And I'm using Everton Gittens as Exhibit A. Exhibit A through Z. Exhibit A through Z. Everton Gittens would be your exhibit. Nothing can happen to make you happy. Even if they were to give you money, it ain't gonna happen because Marlene Knight didn't get no money. In fact, she would never have gotten money because Everton Gittens was exonerated. In a world of worlds, he was exonerated in Barbados. You came through the portal of your mom and landed in Barbados. You're going to have to resolve that. You're going to have to deal with that. If there's regret, if you have these nightmares, the first nightmare should be your place of birth. Nothing is going to happen to make you happy about your son and what happened to him on that day. Nothing is going to make you happy. No money, no police being arrested, no toxicology report, nothing. Nothing is going to make you happy because of where the DNA, because of your blueprint, because of the way things happen and turn over in Barbados. It's going to be the same each and every time. It's going to be the same outcome each and every time. Use Everton Gittens as an exhibit. Use Everton Gittens as an exhibit. You don't have the fortitude to change things. You don't have it in you. You don't have it in you. You hire people that probably didn't even have any certificates to become cops. You hire people that were bullies in school to become cops. You hire people that did things that were illegal to become cops. You're hiring like from the bottom portion of what you have there to give, to offer up. It's from the bottom. The bottom is what you are using to create law enforcement. How can they be enforcing law when they're when they're not even like law? Not even law. Okay, so I don't know what to say to you other than what I've said already, Mr. Cave. Mr. K, I don't know what else I can say to you, but what you are expecting to happen is not going to happen. And you have to work on yourself and the way you are processing the grief of your son dying the way he did in Barbados. You're going to have to work on yourself, okay? And if there's something, if you become like, you know, your social media activist, you know, that's what you call them, a social media activist, all that is just noise in Barbados, because the DNA is set, the blueprint is set, it's set. It's been determined what's going to happen there, how it's going to happen. It's determined already, and there's nothing you can do to change it. You're going to have to leave Barbados. You're going to have to pack up and leave Barbados. Okay? This is Sherry Veronica.